Hello. On this video I'm going to show you how to get a learner live on the system. Now this will require some logging in and out, as we'll have to go in as the assessor and the learner. But firstly I'll log in as the assessor, and their name is Christensen J01 and their password, which is ABC123. Now, as this is the first time we've logged in as this person, it will actually ask us to change their details, as you can see there. So I put in the old password, ABC123, and now the new password, thereby upholding the security of the system. And naturally, goes without saying, we would expect all users of Skillsfile not to divulge their passwords to anyone else. I click Go. And as this is the first time I've logged on as this assessor, it's asking me to go through and read the terms, conditions and the privacy statements, and they can be accessed through the highlighted here. But for the purpose of this exercise, we'll assume that I've read them. It says there that we would like to contact you by mail. If you don't wish to, you can untick that box. And there it says we'd like to contact you by email, SMS or telephone to provide you with similar information. And again, there's the details there I entered earlier when I was created. I'm now going to go to my front page. So as you'll see, this is the first time I've logged on, and if I click candidates, I don't actually have any yet. But to get back to the front page, I click Skillsfile Home, and you'll notice there the learner created in a previous video, Olivia Benson, is now showing. It's asking me to select qualification. I do this by clicking Select Qualification. And it's now asking me which one I want to. So I'm going to put in carpentry and search. And these are the qualifications that I can deliver. So we'll assume this one here, Level 2 Diploma in Wood Ox Construction Site Carpentry. I click on the qualification. It has automatically ticked the 3 mandatory units for me, and I can pick the optionals, and it's telling me I need to pick at least 3. So I will go for those 3. What type of learner are they? Well, I'll put there an OSAT. It's already put in their unique learner number for me, and here I can put the start date of their qualification. Now the reason for this information is that by putting in their start and due date on their portfolio, it actually has a bar system where you can see it counts along how far they are into their qualification, or they should be into their qualification, based on 100%. And there's another bar that shows where they actually are. It depends on the amount of work they've submitted and that's been assessed. So, and that bar grows by feeding off this information. So if you did put a date in there that's before the date you're at now, so if today is the 15th of April and I put in there the 15th of March, when they go on for the first time, the bar will already be in the red, because it's assuming they should have started it back then. So even though you may wish to do that, you do need to be aware that it will start off with a red portion of the 100% if you put a date before the day you're created this learner's or chosen this learner's qualification. I can then click Save. And it's asking me that I am going to use another form of initial assessment that is saved in Skillsfile or in hard copy for the QA to sample. So you do get a prompt for this. If you wanted to save it in Skillsfile, I'll show you where that option is. I've clicked OK. We are now saying this learner here, this is the qualification they're going to do. But as you'll see, if I click Select Qualification, it's saying this plan has been closed. So I've picked the qualification. On there it says the learner's name, myself as the assessor, who the internal verifier is, and the centre it's being completed under. So the next step of the process is the learner has to agree to that qualification. So I'm now going to log in as the learner. Same process as before. Surname, initial, then the number that's been given to them, and the password, which again it will prompt me to change. It will only do this the first time they log on, or if they forget their password and it has to be reset. Again, it's asking me to read through the terms and conditions, which I'm going to assume that anyone using the system for real would naturally do, and click OK. Now for the learner, they need to go and authorize the qualification. They do this by going to Plans, select Qualification, mark Complete. Are you sure you want to do this? So the learner will click OK. They've now closed this plan. So the assessor selected the qualification. The learner has agreed to do it. You'll notice there is no option for portfolio yet. This will appear after the next stage, which I will now show you. So we will log out as the learner. I'm going to go back in as the assessor. Or it might be the centre admin or whoever has permission to put in the learner's registration number. That's the number they're registered with Skillsfile via the Awards Online system. So I've gone in as the assessor. We'll go to the address book, find the learner by putting the name in there and clicking subgroups, and here's the learner. You'll notice it says no open portfolios. That's because we haven't put in the registration number. Now this option wasn't there earlier, as they can't be registered. They need to be registered for the qualification, but this can't be done until after they've agreed to do the qualification. So this box isn't visible until after the qualification has been picked and the learner has clicked that mark complete box. We put in their registration number from Awards Online, click Save, and if I now go back in as the learner, Ali Benson, we will see that the portfolio button has now appeared, and they have a portfolio and it's live. And what they can do here is, by clicking My Portfolio, they have an Upload Evidence button. There's all the details of their qualification, when they're due to complete it, how much time they've got left, who their assessor and verifier is, and the centre. And you'll see there's various options here which shows the units, evidence has been rejected, unassessed, and documents. And I'll go through these in a subsequent video. Thanks very much.